Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. This is my first anniversary event in Raid, and I am slowly but surely working on this fusion, so I'm excited to show you guys my progress and to start getting some things going. We have a little bit over a week left to go with the Festival of Creation, and for the fusion event, it is just about 3 days left to go. I have been so meticulous to make sure I'm not forgetting things, and I wish I was joking, you guys. There was one night where it was like, I think it was like 1 a.m. or something, and I was like getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, okay, and I put my phone down, and then I realized, I was like, I have not done the latest gear enhancement event. I was like, I didn't even finish. So I almost went to sleep with actually missing one of these. And if you saw it in my one of the previous videos, I did not get the epic, which means I have to get every single one of these rares. I could not miss one. So I genuinely almost already messed up. But it's okay, I caught myself, I remembered. But yeah, just a note for you guys in the future, get those events done, I guess, sooner rather than later if you can. But I'll show you guys where I am currently at with this. So starting off with how many of the rares I actually have. So I have enough to do 3 of the full ones, and then I just need to actually grab 3 more of these. Which means, obviously, I'm not quite done the events yet, but we'll go over to the tournaments first. So as of the tournaments, I finished the Classic Arena Takedown, I think, yep. This one was this morning, so this one is done, check, which means still need to do Champion Chase. That's right, I'm going to be pulling my shards and hopefully getting something else along the way. Make sure you guys subscribe so you're able to see what I actually grab from these shards and maybe something that can improve my account. I do also have to finish up the events. So events, currently there's 3 ongoing, but 2 for the actual gear enhancement and Dungeon Divers. So Dungeon Divers, I'm actually doing this one at the same time as doing Champion Chase and Champion Training. So these are all kind of going hand in hand because I have been going through my campaign mode. So right now my strat has been going through campaign and then training things up and kind of like evolving and leveling and all of that. So this is kind of what I'm working on right now, getting this all done. But I'm gonna need some more room because I'm gonna be pulling my shards. So I figured we could actually go ahead and start doing some fusing. I also kind of planned to do this in a way where I was like, I would do all of them at once and it would be super cool. And then I realized like I need to pull my shards. And as I told you guys, I'm gonna be doing my shard pulls before they're gone. So I need enough room for these. I need at least 166 slots. I did that math really quick. I don't have that right now. So I figured we could do the fusion at least. So I'm clearing up some of the slots and super excited. So now I can actually unlock these. That was probably the best thing that I did because when I was going through and training things, I honestly probably would have accidentally fed something if I did not lock it in place. So go ahead, start fusing and then making sure that I also lock the epic that we're getting. But this way, this is going to give me even more points. So getting 350 per one of these is perfect because I only need 3,500 points to get the next rare that I need. If I can finish the Champion Chase, that's ideal too, is getting everything that is the bonus on the side. But this was part of what I factored into my choice not to actually pull for the epic because I figured if I can fuse at least 3 of these, that is a good amount of points right there. And then knowing that I am going to pull my shards during the event, like I'm sure we're going to get some epics out of the 100 and however many shards I actually have. I guess I could keep clicking the first one. It doesn't have to be the third one, but I was confident enough that like, okay, I shouldn't have a problem unless somehow I am like cursing myself and we are only going to somehow get rares. Obviously that won't happen, but using the 3 that I actually can thus far. So now I've got 3 of the epics and this is my first time doing a fusion, like anniversary fusion. I am super, super excited for this. So now those 3 are going to be ready to go. I just have to make sure I go ahead and lock them. But now that I've gone ahead and I fused that all, this leaves me at, drum roll for how many points I'm at right now. There you go. So 1,219. I wanted to see what was the number 1 slot. A mythical skill tome. Look at these points. 36,000. Oh, I'm actually curious. Who has the top number 1 slot in your Champion Chase and how many points do they have? This is the most, I think, so far that I have seen during any Champion Chase. I am not going anywhere near that top slot. To be honest, wherever I end up is where I end up. The most important thing for me is really just hitting this 3,500. And again, not super worried. So I have the 1,200 points right now. And then I also have everything that I need to summon with my shards. But now that I've gone ahead and did some of that fusion, we need to lock them because I just... Oh, they're already locked. Oh, perfect. Okay, it's already locked. That's right. Epics. That's right. Makes sense. Okay. Don't have to worry about it. It's all good. The question is, do I have enough to actually ascend you? Or is this something that my next issue I'm going to run into is making sure I had enough essence? Because I did. And then I was using essence on things. So you can see, yeah, I won't have enough. This one, Void, is not going to be... I might actually have to open Void. Actually, I will have to open Void. So good thing that I have crystals. Because, yeah, 2 days and it was open. I just missed it, actually. It was earlier today, but I was focusing on everything else. So I might actually have to use my crystals to open it. No, it'll be worth it, though. It'll be worth it. I don't think I'll have enough. Even if I maybe combine, I don't think I'll have enough. But that's... If I have to use them, it'll be worth it. In the future, I will make sure I have more, but potion mixer, let's see. I mean, how many do I actually need? What does she need to be? Well, I'll figure that out. This is, you see that like wheels turning Kate 5. Yeah. Well, at least I checked that. So that is something you also want to make sure. Hopefully you guys had enough to actually be able to ascend them fully, but that's okay. Worst case, I use crystals. Luckily, I've got some. I always have some saved and sitting, and this is why I also get the gem pack. So taking you guys like further through my first fusion. So you kind of saw where I thought I was going to actually need to open Void. Turns out I didn't actually need to do that. Thankfully, I have somehow like I had stocked up on enough of these potions that I was able to go through the potion mixer. Biggest thing I had to look at first was how many did I actually need, and I realized it's okay. All I need to do is go ahead and mix some, and then I would have enough. So if I would have had to open it, as I said, it would have been worth using the crystals for it, but I did end up just kind of combining some. I used the silver for it. And luckily, it was enough for me to actually be able to go ahead and get those guys ready for this. So I kind of did that ahead of time before filming, sitting down here, just because I was like, oh, if I do need to open everything, I could go do that. Wanted to make sure. So I have them all sitting, ready, and waiting. And then I can actually do my fusion for the first time, my first ever fusion that I'm doing, and I get to do it and show you guys. I did end up recording this obviously over the course of 2 days, and the other reason that I ended up stopping and not fusing right away is I realized clan versus clan was coming up. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I may as well wait to actually fuse Fabian and do it during clan versus clan so that I am able to get some extra rewards. Figured it would be the perfect time, so wanted to make sure everything was good, ready, and during clan versus clan. So for the fusion, you'll see I got them all ready. I ascended everybody. So we're going to go ahead, unlock this all, and get this fusion on the way. Now, with my experience in this being like the first fusion I've done, I will say the biggest surprise for me would be the resources that it took and the amount of time it took in planning. So the biggest thing is like, I tried to manage my resources, do 2 events at one if I could, and make sure I didn't miss anybody. I do think he was definitely worth it to go for. I am super excited to actually get him onto my roster, get some gear on him, but I want to know, how are you guys building your Fabian? What gear did you end up putting on him? And did you fully book him, or are you planning to book him? That's one of the biggest things. I've got some skill books and I'm thinking, do I use them on Fabian or do I wait? So I need to hear from you guys. Is that what we're doing? Are we booking them? I got help a girl out. Let me know. Let's go ahead and actually fuse him. A mill. Let's go. That's okay. We have the silver. And our first one. Let's go. Oh, so epic looking. And look at those tournament points. That's right. 2 birds, 1 stone. We got it done. So happy to have him. And honestly, I would have done it all over again. Although, since I did some shard pulls, I realized it would have been really nice had I been able to actually even pull one of those rares or the epic. It would have saved me some trouble, so maybe that'll happen in the future. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1, And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. Now that you've downloaded using my link, you want to make sure that you are entering a new player code. You do have to enter this within 72 hours of actually downloading the game. The code that I suggest using is MonkeyKing. This is going to get you Sun Wukong, who is a legendary champion who is very good, but only here for a limited time. So you're going to want to make sure that you claim that. I cannot wait now to actually ascend him, build him, and get that gear on him. So let me know, what gear are we putting on our Fabians, and are we using our skill books? I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Next level.